everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the RAM News. I'm Rashai Jones.
And I'm Jaquel Eley. A mass school shooting in Parkland, Florida has people around the nation questioning school safety. RAM News reporter Jhalen Baugh joins us in the studio with more on the story.
Nicholas Cruz is facing 17 charges of premeditated murder in the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. As families mourn the loss of their loved ones, people across the nation are wanting answers. Friends, family, and surrounding community were worried about Nicholas Cruz prior to this fatal incident. Some believe the 19-year-old teen was a deeply troubled kid. As classes resume in Parkland, Florida, I spoke with a few people around campus to see what they believe should be done differently.
I'm not sure of the setup of that particular school, but I do know that some schools are fortunate to have a lockdown system where each door is locked down. You cannot gain entry unless you have a badge, and the front entrance should have a bell or a buzzer, and they should be buzzed in, and that the office would be expecting that person, and I think that would kind of drop down a little bit more on situations like this.
The school should have monitors, or they should at least get patted down every day before school or whatever.
Albany State's Police Department has put into place a civilian response active shooter events training program to prepare departments on how to respond in the event that there's an active shooter on campus. To schedule a training in your department, contact Shabrika Chapel at 229-430-4712. I'm Jhalen Baugh with the RAM News.
When it comes to landing the perfect job, your look and resume may keep you from getting the position. To make sure students are prepared for the workforce, the Student Social Work Association and Student Government Association held its third biannual Glitz and Glamour Night. A professionalism workshop and fashion show was put on to show students what employers are looking for. Students were also taught how to properly write a resume. If you need help with job readiness, you can always go to the Career Services in the Reese building on the second floor.
While soon-to-be graduates are preparing for the real world, high school seniors are getting a glimpse of college life. Nearly 2,000 future students were on campus for Albany State's open house. These students learned about academic programs and campus organizations. This experience gave teens a chance to see what college life is really about. And a major part of college is getting the chance to research and present your results to the community. 3 Albany State freshman honor students presented their research at the Georgia Communication Association Conference. The panel presentation was titled STEM Innovation and Communication. It was moderated by Florence Lyons, who is the director of the Velma Fudge Grant Honors Program.
Black History Month has come to an end, but ASU faculty and staff put in much effort to make sure the campus community was well informed. Syndnee Moore joins us with more details.
That's right. The Department of Teacher Education at Albany State University held a day-long Black History Month teach-in. This day was dedicated to celebrate Black history and give students and people of the community a chance to learn as much as possible about our culture and traditions. Some of the sessions included a Black mathematics presentation and literacy as a civil right.
I started to study my own history and my family's history and the history of our people. I realized that I was responsible for more than what I was living. And it sent me back to school. It told me that we could be excellent, and I wanted to pursue it.
Dr. Tiffany Pogue says, understanding Black history can help motivate excellence and bring out the potential that has always been there. Teacher and presenters wanted students to understand how African Americans contributed to America and to the world. And that is a story that will continue to be told. I'm Syndnee Moore with the RAM News.
Coming up, Black History celebrations continue around the campus, and fashion has the campus talking. Find out more with the Word on the Yard. All this and more after the break.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Fashion and culture took the stage on ASU's East Campus.
RAM News correspondent Shelbi is in the studio with this week's Word on the Yard.
ASU students and the Albany community came out to support the Strength in Our Heritage fashion show. Not only was I there to catch the show, but I also spoke with the NAACP's publicity chair. Here's this week's Word on the Yard.
Welcome to the ultimate HBCU experience. Okay. Let's get it. Hey, if you looking for me, you can catch me on the yard.
This show not only expressed fashion within our Black culture, but it also included scenes on Black history and problems in the Black community. ASU Theater and the ASU NAACP chapter worked hard to make sure that it was a meaningful show. One of the scenes from the show showed how Black people were sold to slave masters regardless of their own will. The suffering that slaves had to go through was truly expressed by the ASU Theater. There was also multiple selections of spoken word about the beauty and struggles of being Black.
I feel like it's a different show. It's something that ASU have never done before, and I feel like it'll surprise people.
The Strength in Our Heritage fashion show was a great way to end Black History Month. Many students, including myself, thought that this was a great show. There will be a show every year to celebrate Black History Month. I'm Shelbi with the Ram News.
Kappa Kappa Psi hosted a showcase about influential African Americans in music with the live jazz performance by T's Jazz Committee. This presentation was put on to introduce students to a new genre of music they may not be familiar with. KK Psi included a PowerPoint presentation highlighting different musicians such as Ray Charles and many others. T's Jazz Committee performed a variety of songs using instruments such as the trombone, saxophone, and electric piano.
Coming up, the SIAC Championship has the Rams basketball team making major moves. Bryant Prather brings us details after the break.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
ASU, let's get to the action. Baseball is on the absolute tear right now. They are currently on a 3-game win streak with big help from the boomstick, Reliani Familia.
32, Reliani Familia.
The Rams will be a legit contender as they are now the team to watch in the SIAC. Familia was recently named the SIAC Player of the Week after racking in 2 home runs and 4 doubles in a 1-week span. And he tops it off with an extra saucy dive. Baseball's next contest will be against Thomas University, March 6th. Please come out and support. Now let's take a look at our ASU softball team as they recently hosted Point University at home. The game was intense and fast-paced, but the highlight of the game actually had nothing to do with the game. One of the future Rams took it upon himself to steal the show. He has literally all the moves. And I thought I could dance. Your Lady Rams went on to beat Point in the second contest 3-0. We didn't catch it on camera, but big ups to Levette Tucker on hitting an absolute bullet over the left field wall. Went out so fast I couldn't even see it. Good luck, ladies. Let's jump over to your blazing hot men's and women's basketball team. The SIAC tournament has officially begun, and your men's basketball team came up with a big first win over Kentucky State University. Final score of that game was ASU 91, KSU 79. Your Rams are set to go head-to-head with Parkland University for round 2 of the tournament. Now to the ladies. Your Lady Rams' road to the tournament was a bit different. They received a bye on the first game because they were such a high seed. They will face Kentucky State University as well for their first contest of the tournament. Don't be afraid to hop on the live feed and watch the game play-by-play. Good luck to our ASU Hoopers. That's all for Sports with Bryant Prather, and might I add, it's been lovely. Now back to you, Jaquel.
Thanks, Bryant. The Year of the Dog is finally here. Coming up, we'll tell you how the campus is celebrating. Stick around for more.
I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it. My support team never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew who I could become as a person. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
The Year of the Dog is finally here. The Office of International Education invited students, faculty, and staff to celebrate the Chinese New Year. A ceremony was held in the Reese Building on ASU's East Campus. There were presentations, information about China, and the travel abroad programs. The room was decorated with Chinese characters and lanterns. There was a table full of artifacts from China. There was a Chinese teacup set, fans, pictures, dolls, and chopsticks. I spoke with the student to see what he thought about the program.
The Chinese New Year program is really excellent. My favorite part of it was the presentation of the items that was brought back over from China. The underlying issues behind it was very detailed and also interesting to know about.
Organizers provided Chinese food for people to enjoy as they learned about Chinese culture. The Office of International Education plans to also celebrate the Year of the Pig next year. I traveled to China last summer and it was such a great experience.
Really? What was the most interesting thing about it?
I really enjoyed being on the Great Wall of China.
Wow, I can't wait to go this summer.
Yes, I know you would love it.
Well, that wraps up the RAM News Network. I'm Rashai Jones.
And I'm Jaquel Eley. We'll see you next time.